In recent versions of Illustrator, Adobe has added some new features to the Recolor Artwork dialog, and we're going to have a look at a couple of those in this video. The first one we're going to look at is the ability to use color swatches. Now in Illustrator, in the swatches panel, down here if you click on the library, you'll get access to color swatches. So these are swatches of colors that you could use, for example the beach colors, and here are some of them. Now we could add them to our color panel by just clicking on them, and they'll be added to the color panel. But we can also get access to them now through the Recolor Artwork dialog. So let's see how we do that. I'm going to select over all of these objects which I want to recolor. I'll go to the Recolor Artwork dialog, which I could also get to by choosing Edit and then Edit Colors, Recolor Artwork. In this first panel of the Recolor Artwork dialog is the access to those color libraries that we just looked at. If I open this panel, you'll see that we have access to all of those color libraries that were available through the swatches panel, as well as our own user-defined ones. So if you've created your own color schemes, you would get access to them through this panel. Now I'm going to use one of the ones that shipped with Illustrator. I'm going to the beach color schemes. So I'll just click on that. And these beach colors are applied to my image. If I like that, I would simply click away from the document. But I can also change the color order, so I can change how these colors are mapped onto individual elements in this illustration. And as I'm rolling around these colors, if I see anything that I like, I'm going to stop and click away from this dialog so that I could save my artwork using those colors. Now if you need to roll back, you can do so by clicking the undo button until you get to where you want to be. Now I kind of like this color scheme, but I'm not really happy with this brown. So one option I would have is to go now immediately to advanced options. And here are the original colors that were in my artwork, and here in this panel are the colors that they're remapped to, and it's this brown that is causing me a little bit of a problem. So I could change it here, or I could go to the edit panel and also get access to it. So this brown is up here. I'm going to unlink my harmony colors, and I'm going to grab this color and move it somewhere else. Now we're immediately seeing the problem in that it doesn't appear that any changes are happening to the image as a result of me dragging this color around. Well, the problem is down here. We can see the color, but it's not very bright. So what I'm going to do is increase the brightness, and that will increase the brightness in this color. It might also allow me to pick a better color combination for this particular piece of art. So once I'm happy with what I'm seeing on the screen, I can just click OK to accept that as the new color scheme for my artwork. Let's just undo that with Edit, Undo Live Color Changes, and let's go back to the Recolor Artwork dialog. In this dialog, we can also use a color theme. So this allows us to pick a color theme from an image. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to this photo, which I simply placed into my document. I'm going to drag around the pieces of this photo that I want to use, and what I'm really looking at is these yellows and blues, and not so much the middle of the flower, which is tending towards brown. So if I drag around these colors, then the whole of my artwork is going to be altered using those colors. And again, we could unlink the harmony colors and we could make some changes to them. I just want to pull these colors apart because they're a little bit too close to each other. And of course we could also go to the advanced options, and we could go to the edit panel and make changes to the individual colors using this particular selector. If I'm happy with these colors, I'll just click OK. Now one of the other things that you may want to do if you find a color theme that you like is to save it so that you could use it later on. I'm going to select over all of these objects that have been recolored with the Recolor Artwork tool. Let's go to the Swatches panel. And in the swatches panel, I can click the new color group option, and I'm going to grab my colors from the artwork. I can convert the process colors to global if I want to. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to add this as a new color theme. Now, if we wanted to save this color theme so that we could use it in future, this is what we're going to need to do. It's incredibly counterintuitive. It looks like it's the wrong thing to do, but it's actually the right thing to do. Firstly, I would save this document so that I could always get these colors back again. Let's assume that I've saved my document. Now I'm going to remove from my document everything that I don't want to save as a color theme. So I'm going to make sure I don't have anything selected. I'm going to click on the last color, and I'm going to shift click on the first color. And then I'll drag everything onto the trash can. Now you can't delete the none and you can't delete the registration, but you can delete everything else. And now that we've deleted everything else, we've actually got a color scheme that we can save. So we will go to the flyout panel here and choose Save Swatch Library as AI. And then I would call this fruit. I've got one for fruit patterns, but I don't have one for fruit, so I'll just call it fruit and click Save. Now that color scheme can be accessible anytime in the future, either from the Recolor Artwork dialog or from the Swatch Libraries menu. If I go to User Defined, we'll find that there is an option for fruit colors. If we open that, this is our saved fruit color scheme. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results, then you'll love my Skillshare content. I'm a Skillshare top teacher. I have hundreds of short courses on Skillshare that you can access, along with thousands of other great courses, all for the price of a single subscription. If you're interested, there's a Skillshare coupon for you in the description below to use to sign up. Using this coupon benefits me as a creator, and it helps me continue to make free content available here for you also on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial. On the screen now, you'll see a video that I've hand-picked for you. If you enjoyed the video you've just watched, I know that you're going to really enjoy the one I've picked for you to watch next.